What's up, guys? It's Quicksilver here, and today I was going to start building the enderman farm for you guys, but it has occurred to me that I need a lot of slime balls to do it the way that I want to do it, and unfortunately I just don't have enough, and killing the slimes in the swamps is just going way too slow. So I've done a little bit of research, and I found out actually there are several slime chunks around here, but there's a nice big double slime chunk, like from starting right around here-ish, going over to basically down on top of the stables where that torch is right there, and everything underneath it here. So I think I'm going to build it there, and I'm going to bring the slimes up and maybe have them come out of this hillside over here, which means our little pig house is going to go. I actually have killed its inhabitants and have some yummy pork chops in my inventory there, which I will happily eat while we worked on this project. But yeah, so I'm going to tear that thing down and we'll do something cool over here to give us a kill chamber or a kill area or something for the slimes. But I think I actually want to reduce them in the actual slime farm, and then once we have them reduced, I'm going to use water and ladders and stuff and actually try and bring them up and have them come over to a common area where we'll either kill them. I'm not sure if I want to actually kill them and get XP out of them, which I feel like I already have enough really good XP farms, so I don't really need another one. Or if I just want to drop them down and just have them die and collect the slime balls from them. So we'll figure that out during the process. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tear this thing out first, but I'll do that off camera, so you don't just have to waste any time with that. But before I do that, I'm actually going to show you guys the tool that I use to find the slime chunks and kind of walk you through how I do that. So I will be right back with you when I have that loaded up. Okay guys, so the tool that I use to figure out where the slime chunk is a program called, I guess it's the Slime Finder by Chunkbase, and the URL for that is chunkbase.com/apps/slimefinder. I'll put the link to that in the description of the video if you want to check it out. I've used a few different ones of these things, and this one seems so far probably the easiest one to use. It's got a couple little cool tools in here. If you know your seed, which I do, you can just key it in. So in my case it's just 227. If you don't know, if you go to your Minecraft directory, to your save games, and then find the name of your the world that you play in my case it would be Quicksilver's Let's Play. If you go into that directory, there is a file in there called level.dat. You can just drag and drop that in here and it will be the same thing as if you keyed that in. So if you don't know your seed, don't worry, this thing will help you out with that. And then once you're done with that, you click Find Slimes, and you'll see these little green squares will all kind of change where they are, and that is actually reflective of your world. The green squares are the actual slime chunks, and your X and Z coordinates are here. In my case, you have XZ coordinates down here as well, and in my case, I know where my base is, and that's what you want to put in here, is wherever your X and Z's are in your world that you want to start building a slime farm in. You can find that by hitting F3 and looking at your XZ coordinates. In my case, it's -227, which is interesting because that's also the seed for my world, and then the Z was 50. Then you click the little go button, and again you'll see all these things wiggle around. You'll see a big red circle in the middle. The red dot is indicative of where you of the coordinates X and Z that you plugged in, so basically where you're standing in your Minecraft world. And then all the green green squares around you are the slime chunks that are central to that. So as you can see, where I actually went was right outside the little pig house. And as it turns out, right behind me in there I had these two chunks right here that are right next to one another, so that's going to be really convenient, and I think those are the ones that I want to use. That way as I'm running around my base I should hopefully be spawning slimes and getting all sorts of ooky stuff so that we can get our enderman farm underway. The way that you use the information that you're seeing here though is if you look at the top left corner of your slime chunk and follow that up to here, it'll tell you, you'll see a number. In this case it says -240. That is my X coordinate for the top left corner of this thing. And then going over here it says 64. So if I wrote down -240 and 64, I can hit F3 in my Minecraft world. I can go to those two coordinates, and that will give me the block that is the top left corner of the slime chunk. Then if I go to the bottom right one, it's -208 and 80, and that is the bottom right corner. So then basically if in my world I usually throw down like a dirt block or something on the ground so I have an idea of where it is in the world on the surface, and then I'll find a place that I want to dig down and get underground. And when I'm underground to a Y coordinate 40 or below, depending on where I am and where I want to start building my slime farm, I'll start digging straight across. So I'll find the -240, 64, and I'll dig across until I see X -208 and down until I see X 80, then back to -240 and then up to 64. and that will give me the outside outlines of my slime chunk. Then all I have to do is clear out your space in between. You want to have at least, I think it's 4 chunks or 4 blocks high. That'll give the giant slimes that are 3 blocks high room to jump and move around a little quicker, so that they'll hop off the edges into the water troughs that you're going to dig around the outside. But I'll show you all that because I'm actually going to build this thing with you. But yeah, so that's the long and short of it. Like I said, it's a pretty cool little tool. I hope you guys, if you want to build anything with it, you'll consider using it. It is very handy. But just to show you as well, actually there's a triple slime chunk as well. And just to kind of orient you here, the red dot right here where my mouse is wiggling around is kind of where that pig farm hut was that I just showed you guys that I'm going to tear up. The main base, the house that I live in, sits right here, which explains a lot, because every time I would go down into my mines, I'm pretty much dropping right in the middle of this chunk, and I always hear a bunch of slimes and crap like that down there, so now I know why. The river that runs in front of my base is here, and the giant chicken is probably standing on top of this slime chunk. So just to kind of give you guys a feel for it, so if I want to, I might do something with this down the road if this isn't producing slimes fast enough, or I just really want to get a bunch of slime balls for some goofy reason. Maybe I'll take some time and dig that out as well, but I think for now anyway I'm just going to work with these two because it's convenient to where I want to have the slimes come out for us to kill. So anyway, that is that. I will head back in the world now, do a little off-camera work ripping out the house, and I will show you what we end up with there. Alright guys, so as you can tell, the swine house is gone, man. That thing is no more. Gonna kind of sort of miss it. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's newly gone and I'm kind of missing having something over here, but who knows, maybe we'll do something kind of cool and creative with the actual slime farm itself. Did a little extra work too, or I guess a lot of extra work too. I've gone ahead and I've dug my passageway down here, and then I've defined, I guess, kind of my outer extents of the slime farm and thrown down our steps so that we can run up and down here pretty easily. So basically all I've done is just kind of dug this little spirally guy down to level 40, which is, I believe, this is the only problem with being in a frickin' extreme hills biome. There we go. I believe actually I think level 40, maybe a little higher. I actually had to dig this down. Let me pop my cheats up here. Not really cheats, but yeah, so 36 is where I'm digging, because when I was up here at level 40, which is, you can see where I started to dig this thing out initially, when I was digging this direction, I was actually bumping into my wheat farm. So just the I think this level is where the flooring of the, I guess, the processing area is, where we send the wheat up, but didn't want to bump into the lava that I've got there or anything like that. So anyway, that was what I did. So anyway, once I got this area dug out down here, I knew I was kind of close, so I dug this over to minus 240, which is my X position that I need, and then I dug this over, and this is 64. So I knew this was one of my corners, and then I dug this over to, I guess it's Z7 or Z80, and that's one of my other corners that I knew then, and then I just had to dig this down to, I don't even remember, it's not even looking at my cheat sheet on that one, minus 208, and then back over this way, completed the circle. The only thing that was a little weird is where this cobblestone is, and you can see here there's cobblestone, and actually back under here there is too. Hit a big old lava pool, so yeah, actually there you go, there's the floor of the processing center up there, so I'll give the slimes a little extra area to run around. But I guess at this point what I've got to do is I've got to start doing really tedious bulk crap work, which is digging all this mess out. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and do that and hope I don't bump into my lava, which I probably will, and I'll work something out around that. But yeah, I won't, oh yeah, there's the lava right there. Okay, so I got to figure that out. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll dig out this massive lag spike. Hello. Wow, that was interesting. Yeah, I'll dig out this massive chunk of stone here in the middle so that we can get the actual slime farm itself defined. Figure out how I'm going to deal with this mess. I guess we'll maybe have an area where the slimes could get stuck conceivably, or maybe I'll have to dig this down a little further. I'll figure something out on that, but I will not bore you with the clearing of this thing. I will do this all off camera. I've got, actually, you know, I'm kind of wondering, I've got that unbreaking 3 pick, but I think my best bet's going to be to use this thing because it's got efficiency on it. So yeah, we'll probably end up just using this to clear this out, and yeah, do crap like fight these little jerks. Get out of here. But yeah, alright, I will take care of that, and I'll see you in just a second or two. Alright, so we've cleared the room out, and yeah, here's the disposal area that I was talking about. I was a little concerned that this might be too low and that the slime is going to get hung up on it, but it's actually, there's 3 air blocks underneath it, so the largest slimes might get slowed down a little bit if they come over here, but it shouldn't stop them altogether. So that is good news there. Then yeah, like I said, I've got this all dug out, but I still need to, at this point, I've got to start thinking about the trap area. So I've got to pretend I've got a big slime here. So I've got to go 3 blocks back away from this stuff, and then down is where we're going to have the drop off, I guess, for them. So I'm going to go ahead now and do equally as much work as I just did, so that I can dig this the drop off area that's going to pop in here all the way around this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. And I'm trying to think, yeah, I'll show you that once I get it done, but I'm trying to think if I want to make this thing 2 levels or not. I know eventually I'll regret it because I won't care and I won't want the slime balls, but at least for now I think it might help us spawn more slimes so that we're not just sitting here wondering what's going on. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and dig all this yuck out, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. Okay guys, we've made a bunch of progress here. Let me see, I just came up here because I wanted to go ahead and get the, I guess well, it's going to be the way down for us, but the way up for the baby slimes. So what I did is I figured out where I want them to come out here, and I found what my X and Z coordinates were here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have ladders in here because the baby slimes will climb up them, and we'll send them up and over to here, and then I'll let them drop down probably right here. And I think what I'll do, I'll probably put a piston underneath here so we can control the height that they drop. So if we want, they'll drop down, that'll just leave a whole bunch of slime balls there. And if we don't want them, then we can keep them there. I'll have some way to contain them, and we can use that to kill them. So in the meantime, I've actually dug out the entire slime farm down there too. That was just a lot of digging. I've been really busy today. But I did go ahead, I've measured this out, so I should be able to, God willing, we'll just dig straight down here. And once we get down to the bottom of it, unless we hit something in the way, I know you're never supposed to dig straight down in Minecraft, but actually let's hit our F3 key so we can see where we are here. Y is at 49. I think we got it down to like 30 or something like that before we're actually going to find the floor. Like I say, the floor, the area where the baby slimes are going to get moved, and then we'll encourage them to climb up. So there we go. Oh, there we go. All right, excellent. So that's it. And then actually, yeah, I will show you guys too. Actually, this thing is definitely working. I've killed a bunch of slimes in here. I was a little concerned because I think when they started having slimes show up in the oh, there's a slime ball here too. When they had slimes start showing up in the, there's one glitching through the floor, that's nice. I think when they had slimes start spawning in the swamps, they changed kind of the way that they spawn, but it looks like they're still spawning really well down here, or at least a lot. And yeah, the way that I've been doing this stuff, and I should have thought of it, I wish I had thought of it when I was digging out the top part of this, is like that. Especially when I've got all this solid stone, you get a nice little 3x3 area that you can dig out really easily. And I've dug most of this out. I left a couple of these things here just so I could show you guys how I was doing this. We'll actually watch that one go. Bang, there we go. And I think this one, well yeah, this is definitely going to be the last one, and we're going to kill that sucker too. That's going to be good. Enjoy, pal. I don't think I've ever killed a slime using TNT before, but there we go. Oh, we blew a little bit more of a hole in here than I wanted to, but alright, well there we go. Alright, so here we go. Let me go ahead, I'll fill this in really fast, because what I want to do actually is I'm going to have to use water now. I'm going to have to move these guys. Holy cow, man, I blew the shit out of this. Sorry, potty mouth. Unnecessary potty mouth. I should put like a warning in the videos when I'm about to drop an expletive like that, right? Anyway, do I have enough? Oh, you're kidding. Oh yeah, I got another stack of them, I see there. Throw that guy in here. And I'll go ahead and fill that in really super fast. Ah, too super fast. Alright, I think Thank God. That is going to be end of the digging here. I want to throw these guys down here because I do have a metric shit ton of mobs that I've seen spawning down here as well while I was doing this. So anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll run around here. I hear a slime. There's one right there. So that's exactly what they're going to do, but I'm going to have water in here. And I think what I'm going to do... Oh, there's another one. Just fell to his doom. When I have water down here, they shouldn't take any damage because I did do 2 separate slime spawning pads, and I used pumpkins in the floor, or jack-o'-lanterns, I should say, in the floor, so that this is completely lit up. Once I have water down below here, we won't have to worry about other mobs spawning in here, and this little staircase I've got is just temporary. When I'm all done here, I will climb up this thing, and I'll knock it out as I go. And then once I'm up on the top level here, you know what, I could probably safely get rid of this thing now. That doesn't work out well. I actually went ahead and I dropped this thing in here because I had so much, I was getting so much iron and just general crap through here, and I was going through my picks so quickly it was ridiculous. This was the only bad thing. I think I mentioned, this is actually the next day since I've been doing this stuff, but this is what I had mentioned, the lava. This is the, I guess this is where the wheat farm, it tells everything to go up, and anything that's extra or doesn't belong in the wheat farm that doesn't go through our little programmed item sorting area gets dumped out through our hoppers and into a dispenser, and then gets dispensed into this lava. So I was a little concerned that this block sticking down might be an issue, but it's really not. That is 3 blocks high, so I can go under it and stand here. So a big slime could still spawn here without having an issue here. You might have to take a little weak kind of a jump out of here to get off from underneath there before he could safely jump the whole way down to here. But so I guess at this point what I've got to do is I've got to figure out the water that I'm going to use in this thing. And I will do that off camera because I know I showed you guys how I move water around in an earlier video where where I was doing the I guess it was the mob farm that I was doing. But I'll throw water source blocks in the corners and we'll push things 2 ways around here, but ultimately I've got to push them around this corner. I'm not sure how I'll want to do it down here. I'll probably end up throwing a bunch of signs down on this side or something so we can just make sure that the water stream from this side pushes them this way, and then the water that we throw into this corner, maybe I'll just throw 3 of them here. We'll just push them around here. And then we'll do the same thing on this side because I don't want them to go in 2 directions, because ultimately I need them all to get pushed one direction, because the area that we came through when we were coming down here is actually right down there. So that's where I got to push everybody and reduce the slimes. So I don't know if I'm going to, once I get the water set up, I'll figure out how I want to do it. I'll probably end up going, I'll do like maybe a 3 block wide area here, then maybe I'll drop it down a level and we'll have 3 water source blocks pushing them towards the direction we want them to go. And then I'll throw a lava source in there that we can use to reduce everything down to the little tiny slimes. So that's the general plan here. I think we're still doing okay on time. I really lose track of it when I do multiple days like I've done here, where I'm doing recordings over multiple periods of time, but I think we're still in pretty good shape. So I'm going to go ahead and I think to facilitate this, I'm going to get a little permanent little water source thing working up here. We'll just do it right there. I'm just going to do a little one instead of the bigger pools because there's really no reason to do a big pool. But yeah, I think this one now, as long as I pull from that corner, yeah, we should have all the water we need. I did chop down, of course I didn't bring any of it with me, so, oh yeah, I did, good deal. I did chop down a whole mess of trees up there, so we should have plenty of wood, at least I hope so that we can get the water streams going here. Yeah. We'll see how this is going to go. Like I said, maybe I'll just show you like a couple of these things, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera, so I'm not boring you with me placing down water. But really, that's the key to this thing, is going to be making sure that we get everything working with regards to the water streams, pushing everything around. I really kind of like, it's a weird way. I have like a love-hate relationship with the slime farms, because I hate all the digging that you have to do. I mean, this is just such an amazing amount of digging, and I was really kind of mad at myself. I actually dug all this out by hand, and then on this one I was about halfway through it, and it occurred to me, I was like, you dipshit, you've got all that gunpowder, man, use it. So yeah, I went back up and made all a bunch of TNT, and this went a lot faster as a result of that. So I think I can't just leave this down here, can I? That would be really wasteful. So I will start in this corner with the water streams. Maybe I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna log out of here. I will get this water stuff placed, and then I'll come back in to show you how I'm going to handle them on the far side. Sounds like I might have company down here in a minute. Is he a big guy or a little guy? Oh, he's a really big guy. Where's my bow? I like doing this. Oh, he's not going to let me. Oh, but you can't get down here, can you? No. But I can make you littler, don't you worry, pal. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go off camera now, guys. I'll finish digging out that coal over there. I'll get the water placed in the corner, and I'll show you what I did there. But then I'll also get it going all the way down to here, and I'll show you how I'm going to handle moving them around the corners one way instead of both ways. Because in this corner, I'm just going to drop the water source block in the corner, and I don't care if it pushes them this way and this way, because ultimately I need them to go one of those two directions, and I don't really care which at that point in time. So it'll only become an issue on that far end, over down here and over on that side to make sure that we're, and I guess over here too, to make sure we're pushing them the direction we need them to. So I will get that sorted off camera, and I'll show you my solution for that, so that if you guys are doing anything goofy like this, you can do the same on your own little worlds and know what you're doing. So I'll be right back with that. Alright guys, so here I am. I've got this, I've got my water channels kind of put in place. I'm over to this first corner. And I think after dinking around with this just a little bit, I wasn't sure if I was going to need to basically make this little staircase thing, which is the falling water thing that I like to do. I know you can do it by just putting a sign down and putting a sign here and then a water source block here and just kind of feeding them into the next one without digging down and using stairs, but I don't know, I've always done them this way and they seem to work pretty good, so rather than screw with it, I thought I'd leave it this way. And as it turns out, there's a real easy way for me to move around this corner. If I throw a water source block right here on the opposite side of the corner, instead of throwing down two like I've done back here, and I'm actually going to travel back here because I have a solid water source block in the middle. It's a nice side benefit of this, so I don't have to keep running up and down the staircase on the far side. Anyway, by doing this, I end up with these diagonal water streams, which is exactly what I want to get them around this corner. So at this point, what I'll do is I'll just throw down my signs again here, no differently than what I've done before, and they should still be going around the corner. I'll throw in these, I'll drop out these guys right here, and then I'll throw my staircase there, there, and there, and then I should be able to just knock out the blocks underneath there. And now if you notice, you can still see the water all still goes in a diagonal channel around the corner. Nothing gets pushed into the wall even when we're here. It still gets moved right around the corner. When we're right on this edge, that's the only other area where I would be a little nervous, is that one of the large slimes could get stuck. But they get pushed right around the corner into here, and then if I put my water source blocks in here and here, and then refill it from the middle one, then again, when they go around this corner, when they get pushed up the steps, then they should get picked right up by that stream, and it should just continue on their merry way. So there we go around the corner, and then boom, here we go. My hands are completely off the keyboard, so here we go, moving around and down this side of the little, I don't know if we want to call it a device. I guess it's a farm, really, so we're moving around this end of the farm now. So, like I said, it's not rocket science that we're working here. Once you understand a little bit about how water works, you can really use it a lot to make your mobs go where you want them. So if you're not, if this is, if you're kind of fuzzy on how to do a bunch of stuff with water, I really highly recommend taking some time to figure it out, because it just makes your life a lot easier. So alright, this is a little special case. I wanted to go ahead and chat it up with you guys there so I could show you this. Since this is a little different, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop my water back here before we get to this channel, so I'm putting them on the block before it. And then I'll do the same, just do the exact same kind of thing here. So we're going to just pretend that our water is stopped at a natural point instead of where we forced it to stop, which was not where it naturally went, because that wasn't going to get them around the corner. So what we'll do here is the same sort of a deal. We'll just flow them straight in here, and since I know that that's not going to reach around the corner, I'm going to throw this in here so we have a water source block close by. That didn't flow in. Why? Get out of here, you. That's interesting. Let's get rid of that one again then, and we'll get rid of this one, we'll replace our water source blocks. There could be something goofy going on there because that should have made a solid block for us. Oh, you know what? I know why it didn't. Water, this is one thing to note. Water's a little goofy. When there's a place for it to go down, I think it's within 3, maybe 4 blocks. We'll do a little test here. If there's somewhere where it can go downhill or down into a pit, if it's within a certain range, it won't flood out like it's doing up there. It just tries to go straight for the hole. So I think if I do this, yeah, see, that's 4 blocks away, so it kind of tricks the game into thinking, oh, okay, we can do that. So now that should be a solid water source block as well. And now I'll just come back here, I'll knock this gravel out of here really fast with my shovel. And what that's done for us now is we're keeping our slimes moving in a straight line, so we don't have to worry about them doing anything goofy. And then I'll just do the same thing here. We'll throw a source block here and here, pull this guy out of the middle, and again, because the signs are here, it stops it from seeing this drop off because it can't flow backwards, it just goes in one direction. And there we go again. So now we can just continue to move them down. I gotta go get some more signs. This area is going to be a little weird where we're bringing them together here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some signs, and I'll get all the water flowing down here to where we need them, and then I'll show you kind of what my solution for that is. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's working down there. We've got a big slime that's in there, and I'll show you what I've done there in a minute, but there you go. That's where I'm going to build my slime reducer. So I guess we got to get down there and deal with it. Man, it sounds like they're really close. I don't know if there's another one underneath us maybe. Let's go down there and find out. Okay, cool. So we're just hearing that one guy, I guess, huh? Well, here, we're going to reduce him the old-fashioned way really fast. Oh, looks like there's another one in there. I've not actually done the... Obviously, I haven't built the reducer yet. That was something I wanted to do with you guys. It's a really effective little trap. I'm almost tempted just to drown them in there, to be honest with you, but... Let's get down there. I'll show you what I've got, because that little area where he drops down. Basically what I did was I stopped our water flows here with signs. I had to put them on this back wall over here so that I could actually dig down a block, and then dig out this hole here. Yeah, it looks like we drowned a couple of these guys. Wow, we might need to get a hopper system down here as well to collect anything that drowns. But yeah, I couldn't actually swim out of here. I could not swim up these sides over here. So I actually had to do this back here. I went ahead and dug this out so we'd have a way up and around. But actually, this is probably a good place to tell you two things. Number one, I'm getting a little nervous because I can hear a bunch of lava, and I'm not sure where the hell it is. I'm hoping I don't dig into it. I actually walled that up. That's the place where we were walking in before, where we're going to ultimately send the baby slimes, although we've dug down one block lower. I think if I throw a lava source block right here, it'll push our slimes, no matter what size, will get shoved into them. If they're the 3 block wide ones, they're going to be getting jammed right up against it, which should cook them down. The 2 block wide ones should also have the same problem because they'll be getting shoved by this water source block into this wall. So the only guys that won't will be the babies, and because that's the I guess our lava will actually be above their heads. So now I've got to find a way, and I think I just figured it out. If I do this, that should create a little receptacle where we can put something like my lava. I'm going to use a water source block right now, though, so I don't... That was interesting. Not good, but interesting. Where the hell did it go? Alright, we'll place it there. Yeah, so I should be able to do that with lava. And let's go ahead and give that a try. Yeah, so that should act to reduce the slimes down to nothing. Or not down to nothing, but down to just the little baby slimes. So from there, all I got to do is find a way to transport them back to where we want to pull them up. So before I get myself killed, I'm going to leave this, and then we'll figure that out. And then actually, I guess I can just do this. Tell you what, let's drop this down again here. I'm going to block them there. That way we can keep the water moving, and we'll just drop them down maybe 2 blocks. Yeah, we'll do a little 2 block drop here. Yeah, that should work. So any babies will drop down here. I just don't want to drop them too far because I don't want to kill them yet. And at that point, I think we'll do just use a little trickery here. I'm so glad I didn't just dig into the lava. I think if I put what I want to do is I want to have the babies go here. Now let's do this really fast so we can figure out where we're going to bring them up. Okay, here we go. This will be good for us because we can get up, and although we can't get out here, but anyway. Alright, now I got to get the baby slimes moving down here, so we're going to want ultimately this kind of a setup, but we don't want to I don't want to make a solid water source block here. I want to, yep, that's not going to work there either. Tell you what though, I just had an idea that I think is going to work for us. And let me get the source blocks out of here. I think if I dig back a little further, I can create a, just like we do with the witch farm, I think if I put some water back here, as long as it's not right next to it, like in that little 3-block pattern, I'm hoping anyway what I can do is this. I'm not sure how the hell I'm going to get out of here yet, guys, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, there we go. So you have these 2 water blocks feeding into the 3rd. So if we have a little baby slime that, oh cool, we can just pick it up that way. Excellent. So if we're a baby slime, we come down here, or a big slime, we get eaten up, we get dumped into here, and then it gets, we're going to shove them back this direction. So that's perfect. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and dig this back, and I'll just keep the water stream moving, no differently than what we did before. We'll just do it with 1 block wide instead of 3 blocks wide. And once we get to our back wall, I will place a bunch of ladders for the slimes to climb up. And unless they've changed slime behavior, they should just climb right up there to where we can dispose of them. I'm still keeping the torches in here. I don't think I really need to. I'm pretty positive that nothing's going to spawn in here as long as we have water, which we're going to have a lot of that. So we should be in pretty good shape. Although I do need to get some more water buckets filled up. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I think before I put my lava in there, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wait a second or two till I get the rest of this stuff in there, because I might be running back and forth to refill my buckets. Ah, come on, man. There we go. Yeah, I think this is going to work out well. So anything big enough to not be able to fit down there, we'll be reducing. And yeah, that's probably going to be pretty much it on this. We'll have to work on the kill mechanism to give us an option to either have them auto die and just pick up their drops once we get them up top, or if we want to kill them for XP, which I can't imagine why we will, because the whole point of this is so that we can build our enderman farm. So I think if I'm going to put a ladder here, I'll tell you what, ladders are naturally going to stop the water, so we're going to have a little dead spot down here that I got to be careful and aware of here. So that's where we'll pull them up. So if I do I think I'm actually going to have my water source stop a little early in here. So if I throw my sign back, let's say here, that should give us enough room to easily have our water source blocks where we need them without causing a still block or anything like that. Hang on, that'll make more sense in a second. I'll explain what I'm thinking through in my head, because I know that wasn't totally clear as mud. So alright, so our baby slimes will come down here. They'll travel right to here where they're going to get pushed into this, and naturally they will start to climb up. So that's what we wanted to do. What I wanted to avoid, and I did avoid by moving that back, was I think if I had let the water go to where it was going to end, and I had my sign here and my step here, then I was going to have with just a solid water source block sitting right there. So they would just get pushed down to here and just kind of sit there. So this way we've given them no choice except to come to our ladders where they will get pushed up and do exactly what we're doing. I don't like hearing zombies. And I guess the test for this thing is as long as we can go up here, then they should be able to go up here, right? Oh, damn it. Helps to have all the ladders you need. I thought I was prepped for this thing. Looks like I need still a bunch more. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just pop out here. We'll just climb back down. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my ladders in place, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, it looks like they've not changed slime behavior. I just kind of came back in here after placing the last ladder, and there we go. Looks like we don't even have the reducer in place yet, so this must have just been some wanderers that were hanging out. So I'm going to go ahead and head down here now. Yep, there's another one. So they're definitely coming down here, and when they get tired of bopping around down there, they're heading up. So I'm just going to take some swings at these guys, hopefully on the way. Yeah, okay, good. So let's see now if I can get down here and get the lava in place, then we can actually reduce some. Hopefully I won't have a large one in there. I've seen a couple of them down here, so let's see what we can do. And then I think we're probably getting close to episode length on this, so I think we'll probably... I see a big one coming along now. So we're going to put that in there, and we're going to see what he does. Ooh, I guess I can close this thing up too. Last thing I want is to lose some of them. He's just hanging out down there, it looks like. Let's go get a better look at him from above and make sure he's moving through. Okie dokie. Oh man, I hate fighting water currents. Yeah, now I gotta finish up. Kind of close some of this stuff up. What are you doing over here, buddy? Yeah, looks like he's... Maybe I should make this wrap around the corner a little bit at least. I may look at that design because it looks like we're having some trouble with him actually tracking around there. And I'd like to get him over here. I don't know if we could encourage him. Tell you what, I'm going to push him out of the way. A little bucket of water here. And we can push it from above. Not sure where I'm going to need to place it, but we'll see if we can't figure it out to make him move. At least for now. Let's try it here. No, that's just drowning him. I pushed him backwards, damn it. So yeah, it's pushing him, it's just not pushing him around the corner, it looks like. Well, that's good. Okay, I can work on that. But in the meantime, I wonder if I can lure him around the corner. Yeah, it looks like he's trying, doesn't it? Let's go ahead. I'm going to knock this stuff back out again where I was coming through. So we can get out of here once we coax him to come down. It's like, we can fit, but you can't, big boy. Let's crawl up. There we go. Looks like he got himself unstuck, but I don't like that. I want to see if we can't find a better way to push him around the corner. But this will be good in the meantime when he comes down here, which he does pretty quickly, it looks like. And in there he goes, and then the water will push him into the lava. Yep. Now we'll watch you reduce. There he goes. Sweet. So it pretty much it looks like it almost instantly reduced the medium-sized slimes too. That's even better than I was hoping for. So alright, looks like we've got a slime farm working there, kids. I'm going to go ahead, I will, oh god, I can't get around there this way. I'm going to dig another little mouse hole, I guess, around here. And then once I get this sorted through, I'll show you what I end up building for that. Do I need to dig down, or is that okay? No, that's okay, cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get that water to go around the corner, and I'll come back in and I'll show you what I end up with here. But, yeah, I think we'll find a solution to that, and then we should all be all set. As long as that water can push him a little bit further. It looked like just a little bit of him was stuck on there. The beauty is he's a 3-wide mob, so I think we can probably get him to cooperate. But yeah, we'll get things worked out down here, and I'll be right back to show you what I did. Alright guys, so here we go. I just checked the length on this thing. I apologize. I've gotten a little long, as I seem to do, but especially with big projects like this one. Just wanted to show you before we wrap this up what I did to resolve this corner issue. I've not had a big slime come through, but I will check it off camera and make sure that it does work, but I think the idea is good. Basically what I did was the stream where I'm wanting to push them to where the reducer is over here. Instead of having all 3 source blocks here, I just put one on the far right, so we'll push them all the way to the left. And then over here, where the stream that meets that one, I did the same thing. So basically when we have our slime that's moving down here going straight, the big one, the water current is now going to push him to the right away from this corner. And then when this stream picks him up, it's going to continue to push him away from this corner in this direction, but still around. So I think what's going to happen is he should get down here and move then slowly around the corner. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to call this the end of the video. Again, I apologize for the length. Hopefully it was useful for you guys, and at this point we should have a pretty decent source of slime balls. Hell, I think I've gotten 5 stacks out of this thing just working on it, so if nothing else, we've got that going. But yeah, I will we'll go ahead and we'll put this thing to good use, and once we have enough slime balls, I guess our next step will be we will hit the, I guess we'll head into the end and we'll get the enderman farm going. So that is the plan. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumb up. It does help the channel out a bunch so people know what you're looking at and can check it out themselves as well. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And I guess my little slimes must have despawned that were up here. Bummer. Okay, anyway, yeah, I hope you liked what you saw, and sub if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time.